Hello everyone, my name is Lovi Viranta and now I will explain to you about active and passive voice. In English, active voice and passive voice refer to the way a sentence is structured, depending on who is performing the action and who is receiving it. Active voice. In an active sentence, the subject performs the action on the object. The formula of the structure is subject plus verb plus object. For example, she writes a letter. In this text, she becomes a subject, performs the action or the verb is writes, and the object is a letter. Passive voice. In a passive sentence, the object of the active sentence becomes the subject that received the action, and the performer of the action is placed after the word by, or leave it out if it's not necessary. The structure of passive voice is object plus to be plus past participle using verb 3 plus subject. The object from the active voice is a letter. Then in the passive voice we use it as a subject. Then add the to be. Because the subject is singular, we use is. On the active voice, the verb is use verb 1, there is writes, then we change it into verb 3, written by her. Because the subject is she, we change it into her. Then it becomes an object on passive voice. Now we will try to change active voice into passive voice. The first example sentence is Mr. President attends an important meeting. To change it into passive voice, we should first step is identify the subject, verb, and object in the active voice sentence. From the text, we can see that the subject is Mr. President, and the verb is attends, and the object is an important meeting. The second step is move the object to the subject position. Based on the text, the object is an important meeting. Then it will become the subject in the passive voice. Step 3. Add the correct form of the verb to be based on the tense of the active voice. The verb attends is in the present tense, so we use is. Step 4. Change the main verb to its past participle form. The past participle of attend is attended. Last, place the original subject, that is Mr. President, after by. So, the final passive voice sentence can be an important meeting is attended by Mr. President. We can see that the structure clearly shows that an important meeting is the subject receiving the action, and Mr. President is the one who performing the action. The second example sentence is Freya can borrow some money to buy a new car. In the sentence, we can see that Freya is a subject, can borrow is a verb, and the object is some money. First, we should to identify the subject, verb, and the object. In the text, we can see that the subject is Freya, the verb is borrow, and the object is some money. Then we should to move the object to the subject position. The object samani will become the subject in the passive voice. Then we should change the verb to the passive form. The verb can borrow. We should change to can be borrowed because in the passive voice we use a form of be. In this case, can be followed by the past participle of the main verb, that is, borrowed. In passive voice, the original subject is introduced using by, if necessary, indicating who is performing the action. Then, keep the rest of the sentence as still. The infinitive phrase to buy a new car doesn't need to change since it's still applicable in the passive voice. Finally, the result is some money can be borrowed by Freya to buy a new car. Some money that work as an object in an active voice become subject of the passive voice. Then the verb borrow change into verb 3. Freya, that is subject, change into an object with a letter by. And the rest of the sentence is still, and we don't have to change it. That's all for me. Thank you for watching.